Hi everyone, it's Professor Hall. Welcome to week 2 of creative writing. So for this week, we are going to be looking at plot. All of your items are going to be due by midnight Friday, September 10th, so 11:59 p.m. on Friday. And this is our first full week after last week's kind of shorter time. So from here on, we kind of are following the same plan for a couple weeks until we get into doing a little bit of peer review where you'll have kind of a break. You have 2 short stories. You need to read at least one of the 2. If you want to read both, you're certainly welcome to. But you need to pick at least one. And then you also are required to read the creative writing sample, which this week is about plot, which is the technique or the literary element that we are looking at. So you'll have my lecture on plot, a shorter lecture that talks about the stories and the instructive text, the sample where I give you an excerpt and talk about why it doesn't work, and then give you an excerpt of the revision. And then you will have your optional viewing, which this week is a lecture from Kurt Vonnegut called The Shape of Stories. If you haven't heard of Kurt Vonnegut before, he's quite a famous author known for several books, including the classic Slaughterhouse-Five. So we have a great lecture that I was able to find from him. It's about 17 minutes long. You're not required to watch it, but you can if you want. And he talks about characters and different types of plots. So having a character start off in a low place and bringing them up, having them start in a high place and bringing them down, having them come full circle where they go from the bottom to the top to the bottom, having them go from the top to the bottom and back up, and a couple different types of plots that he identifies. I think it's a really great lecture for any writer to listen to. Then we have, for your assignments, the discussion forum and the written assignment. So starting this week, a lot of the discussion forums are pretty much exactly the same. What it's asking you to do is just write 1 to 2 paragraphs talking about the short story and that you chose for this week and the instructive text. What did you learn? What techniques might you want to emulate? What things might you want to avoid? What things were you inspired by? That kind of thing. So then we have the prompts for this week. There are 7 of them. And what I really want to say about these prompts, every week I've tried to give you something. If you have a current work in progress, which I know some of you do, something that you can use for your current work in progress. You're working on a book or a collection of short stories, whatever the case may be. And then we have other prompts after that. And the 7th one, and always the last one, is whatever story is bouncing around in your mind, as long as it features a clear plot arc, because that's the technique that we're working on this week. But I really want you to take these prompts as a jumping off point and to let your imagination kind of go where it will. So for example, number 5, using a fire as the inciting incident for your story. That could be a small fire in a fireplace. It could be fireworks. It could be a whole town on fire. It could be a bonfire. It could be a campfire. However you want to interpret that, you can use it as a springboard. And that's really what I'd like you to do every week, to kind of take these and think about different directions that you could take the prompt and make it your own. So a little bit longer of an announcement this week, but I just wanted to explain that because it's going to be the same every week. So that's it. I can't wait to see your work and see your thoughts on the stories. Thanks, everybody.